Hello, beautiful specimen, and welcome to my channel, or back to my channel. And today I am referencing an old makeup look that I have done. I think this was like about a year ago. Doing a pink and black look today, even though I'm wearing green. And I am here today with my husband. Alright, and we are going to get into it. Speak loudly, please.
Am I the a-hole for stepping up when my little sister got her period?
Okay.
So I, 14 female, and my little sister, it says 12D, but I'm assuming 12 female, have never been close. Classic sibling relationship. My mom and dad recently divorced, so now my mom works a lot, in all capital letters. Jesus, they don't know how to spell. Since then, me and my sister, let's call her Allie, grew closer. We started talking more and hanging out and have a real relationship. So last night around 8 p.m., Allie comes into my room in tears. I could instantly tell something was off, so I asked, and she said, I think I started my period. I comforted and told her it was going to be all right and all that jazz. I show her how to use a pad, and after that I got us some hot cocoa and sat on the couch to explain all of my big sister knowledge about periods and stuff. I didn't go into full detail because I wanted to respect my mom, but I didn't want Allie to feel clueless. After that, I DoorDashed us some Taco Bell and we watched cheesy Hallmark movies. Duh.
Heck yeah.
My mom
W
got home
sister.
around 10 and I told her what happened and she went crazy. She said I was overstepping and I should have called her and not have told Allie anything and just gave her a pad. She said I was ignoring her feelings and being ignorant and that it was her job as a mother to explain everything to Allie. I tried to tell her I only said the basics, but she just sent me to my room. I feel awful and now I'm wondering am I the a-hole.
Absolutely not.
Mom's a freaking a-hole. Bro, you work all the time. Where else? No. What? Like, nah.
Yeah, absolutely not. OP, you are not the a-hole in this situation. Your sister came to you crying, and she needed someone in that time period. Even if she texted the mom in that situation, it wouldn't have done anything. She needed someone then. And the way that she went about it was a awesome and very respectable way to go about it.
She wants to Taco Bell and watch Hallmark movies?
Sounds awesome. Taco Bell is great. And then the hot chocolate, to have the chocolate to help with cramps. Oh, yeah. Love that.
Big sister power move right there, bro.
W big sister right there.
Okay, the next one is, would I be the a-hole if I tell my husband's ex she has to move out?
Okay.
This already sounds bad. Okay. I, 35 female, have been married to my husband, 37 male, for 1 year, but we've been together for 3. He has 2 children, 6 female, 8 male, and from his previous relationship. We do not have any kids together. Their mom, Ann, 34 female, has 1 other child, 4 female, and they have a good co-parenting relationship, and Ann and I get along. Well, that's good. The last week when Ann picked up the kids, we have a week on, week off, so I guess that's their agreement. She told us that the kids might need to spend a few weeks with us because her and her current husband are getting a divorce. The house is in his name. He had it when they got together. And she's been a stay-at-home mom for their whole relationship. She said she was going to stay with her sister, but they don't have enough room for all 3 kids. I jumped in before my husband could say anything and offered her the guest room and told her the girls can share a room here just like they do at her house. That way she didn't have to miss her time with the kids and could help with her daughter while she gets a job and gets a few things figured out. She thanked us and said she'd let us know when she would be moving, and said she let us know when she would be moving out as soon as she could. Okay, so I guess that's the initial agreement. My husband asked me if I was 100% okay with it, and that it would be fair to get her in here and then have an issue later. I told him I was okay and we worked through anything that comes up. So basically like, oh yeah, sure, move in with us.
It's called being an adult. Being
that was
amicable.
3 months ago. She lived with us for 2 months now and everything is great. It's actually better than great if I'm being honest. Having her her here means I don't have to take both kids to the store if I need something for dinner. Housework is divided between 3 people. She's gotten a job and isn't having to pay for childcare, which is about $700 a week in our area. Jesus.
Yeah.
Even though I told her she didn't have to, she's giving us $500 a month for bills. So she's once again being an adult.
WX?
I was talking to my sister and cousin at our early Thanksgiving, and my sister said I'm crazy for letting her stay with us. That I'm okay, I thought it said something else, sorry. Devaluing myself as a partner and being an a-hole to myself for allowing this to continue. My cousin agrees with her. She said the only reason his ex would agree to stay is if she still wanted to sleep with him, and him agreeing means he wants to too. I don't see them behaving any differently than before, and I truly trust my husband. But now I'm starting to doubt my decision. Would I be the a-hole if I tell her she needs to find somewhere else to live? Am I the a-hole to myself if I don't listen to them and let her stay? Hang on, update. Thank you for all your comments. You're right. This isn't the first time I've let my older sister's comments get into my head. I sent her a text and told her that my household isn't her concern, and if she doesn't trust the man in her life, she should focus on her own. Thanks for the reality check. Anne is dying over the number of sister wives comments. So I'm guessing laughing.
Yeah.
Have a good evening and happy holidays to everyone. So
that's awesome that she is happy with an extra helping in the house and is very trustworthy and comfortable in her relationship with her husband to have the ex and baby mama there and be completely fine. Like, Ray, his ex still lives with him. That's because she's on the lease. She's crazy. But he's not still sleeping with her and all that stuff. So it can be where you can live with an ex and not sleep with them. But people don't understand that. Because people just think reality TV and drama.
Well, nowadays, that's kind of what you have to do. Like, if someone decides to be an at-home mother for, like, their whole relationship and gets divorced and has kids from a previous relationship and is on good terms in that previous relationship, that could be her only option. Be like, hey, like, this is happening. I don't have anywhere else to go. I don't really have income because I was a stay-at-home mom, so on and so forth. But the wife of this husband to automatically be like, yeah, sure, come on in.
That wife is a great person in general. That wife is such a great person, and I wish nothing but the best for her. I feel bad that she was pressured into thinking she made the wrong decision when it was helping not only her out a lot, but the kids and the baby mama. And there was no real drama, and the comments that was said by her sister?
Yeah.
Was extremely unnecessary, and yeah, I feel bad for her having to go through that. But people really don't think people can just be happy and not have to worry about that stuff. And the comment that she made about, or whoever made, about if they think that the husband's going to cheat, then she needs to look real close at home. That is facts. Because clearly something else is going on that is bothering her, which is why she is taking it out on OP.
Okay. This one I can actually kind of relate to a little bit. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom I would buy my own dress after she called me fat? I.
Okay.
In all capital letters, I. I, 19 female, have a wedding to attend that is of some friends and some friends of my boyfriend. Jesus Christ. My mom, 51 female, offered to help me get ready. For context, my mom is gorgeous. She used to model. She has always been incredibly beautiful and has an awesome body. My 2 brothers, 33 and 31 male, take after her, and both are handsome men. I'm the only daughter, and as such, I think she expected someone like her. I'm not like her. I was very thin when I was a kid, but I was a tomboy and hated everything feminine. Then puberty hit. I gained a lot of weight. I'm not obese, but I'm your average chubby person, 77 kilograms at 165 centimeters. Overweight, but not overly so, I guess. Also, I don't look a lot after myself in a sense that I don't really go out of my way to do skincare, makeup, etc. I love my mom. She does truly love me, but isn't a kind person. Although all through my teenage years, she's made a lot of harsh comments about my appearance and my weight. I'm a sensitive person, so this used to affect me a lot. I can usually take criticism fairly enough if it's phrased nicely, but I can't take it if there's even a hint of mockery or meanness to it.
It's fair.
Anyway, it's not a big deal. It's not that big of a deal now. Years back, when I was honest with my mom that her concerns really affected my self-esteem, and she seemed to tone it down. Occasionally, she would still do it, but not often. She just can't help herself, I think. It's her way of showing love, but it makes me hate myself. When I'm next to her, she can scan my face. She will scan my face for pimples, and if she finds one, she will actively ignore me to pop them, or I will be doing something alone, and she'll come over.
Annoy? Do you mean annoy instead of ignore?
Ignore.
Oh, okay.
She will ignore me and pop them.
Oh, okay.
Or I will be doing something alone and she will come over to comment that my hair looks bad and I need to use a different product. Or I will be walking and she will comment that my belly is large and I should go to the gym. Things like that. I know they aren't bad, but I can't take it. To the situation at hand, she was giving me dresses to use for the wedding. We have always shared dresses, so this isn't new. Ugh, Jesus. One of the dresses she lent me was one that she used 2 years ago at my graduation. I put it on, and it was pretty tight. Her and my aunt tried to force it to close, but it was struggling, and said they should stop. I said they should stop, but they continued to force it, and the zipper basically broke down completely. When it happened, my mom blurted out, "Wow, you really are fat." My aunt burst out laughing and started teasing me about being chubby. I kept silent. We tried on a few more dresses. I chose a pretty one that fit well and was elastic. And that was that. Then afterwards, my mom asked me if I really had been going to the gym and said that I would have to suck in my belly during the wedding so it didn't show so much in the dress I picked. I got fed up and told her I was sick of her comments and would buy my own dresses to go. Mom thinks I blew up at her for nothing, and am about to spend money over a tantrum. My siblings think I'm being dramatic, and think I'm just mad. I'm fat. My friends and boyfriend think I'm right. Am I the a-hole?
You are not the a-hole at all. She is body shaming you just because she didn't get the supermodel daughter that she wanted, and that is no one's fault. It's not your fault that if you want to bring it down to genes, you got more of your father's genes per se, and your mom needs to chill out, and your aunt, because that's wild. That's not okay. No. Calling someone fat in general is not. You're not a doctor. You can't diagnose them. Don't call them fat. If they can't fix it in 5 seconds, don't say it.
Anything. So I relate to that one a bit because here recently at work, that's what I've been called. I've been called fat. That my top looks a little tight, that my shirts look tight for my uniform for my OCPs. For reference, for people watching, I'm 190 pounds at 5'11". I'm 21 years old. So granted, yes, I am a little fat, but then again, most of the males in my family have a gut, but are super built. Like if you were to see my dad, you would understand why I have a gut. My grandfather got a gut, and he was super built. That man not only was in one branch of the military, was in multiple branches.
Wasn't he in almost every single branch?
Yes. He was a Marine, Army, Navy, and retired in the Air Force, or retired in the Air Force, and he retired Army National Guard, a lieutenant colonel and a commander of a base. That man had a gut through his entire career. And so I'm not self-conscious about it. I'm just getting tired of people saying that I'm fat behind my back and not to my face, like they have been doing. Like, I get it. I'm fat, all right? Cool. And the only reason I really failed the PT test was because I smoke. My lungs are absolute trash, and I'm working on it. Then again, I'm over here getting a vape, but at the same time, it's really hard to quit once you start. I do Zins. I don't smoke that often anymore. I have my little slinky. I call it my vape slinky, because every time I want to vape, I just sit there and play the slinky. I'm getting really good at it, too. I'm starting to learn tricks. So I'm doing stuff to better myself so I can then pass a PT test. At the same time, there's multiple people in our office alone that have failed PT tests and are not fat like I am. That, and there's others who are fit and somewhat built and only get like the bare minimum score pass. And yet everyone's calling me fat.
when I know for sure that the person calling me fat in our roommate's section of work is also very chubby. So he can kiss my white hairy donk donk and shut up. Granted, I have been called fat by leadership. Not in the sense that they straight up called me fat, in the sense that they're like, hey, that top looks a little tight on you, you need a bigger one. Mainly to try to keep dress appearance. I don't think they were calling me fat because
I wouldn't be too sure.
that's it. Yeah.
I want to get something to drink before, and because I'm thirsty.
Alright, I'll just be through this part.
I'll see to find the rest of my pizza uniform so I can pack it because Monday I have to. Like, there's no getting out of it Monday. I have to go. I have to go to the gym.
Sure.
This is hard to do with nails because sparkles tend to transfer better if you're not using a brush. But with nails, they get in the way.
And I'm also drinking 3 versions of sodas. Because I was raised in the South where Dr. Pepper is life. I also,
Dr. Pepper is love. Dr. Pepper is life.
Dr. Pepper, sweet taste. With 3 gallons of sugar.
Turns to syrup.
Literally. Anyway. Okay.
I thought you were making a drink, not a snack.
Oh, I stole crackers. I got hungry. I'm fat. Can you leave me alone?
You want to close that?
Okay.
Oh, Lord, this is messy.
Am I the a-hole for not letting my kids go to the cousin's birthday party?
Okay.
Sorry, my nose itches. I have an almost 3-year-old and a 17-month-old. For the first few months of my oldest was born, sleep was a bit of, okay, so in the first few months, sleep was a struggle. I guess as is the care for most people with newborns. So I quickly became well versed in all things to do with baby sleep, including the importance of a routine. Since I have
Can we pause? Can you grab my makeup wipes from the living room?
Oh.
Because I messed up. What I meant to do is this. Instead of those. Because they're not even going on well anyways. And I have not used this yet. So... yeah, that's a lot better.
oh,
Thank you, love. Oh, Lord. Let's see if we can... Oh!
okay.
Okay, got it.
Should we do?
Hold on. Let me make all the noise first. That dropped a lot harder than I was expecting. Alrighty. Go for it.
I became well versed in all things with baby sleep, including the importance of a routine. Since then, I have been very strict with my kids' sleep schedule, and it's common knowledge amongst family and friends that I'll often arrive to events a little late or leave early, or sometimes not be able to attend in order to accommodate nap and bedtimes. Unfortunately, from the get-go, my husband's family have made me feel crazy for being so strict about these things. They are very much of the opinion that children should fit into your life and not the other way around, which is fine, but not really my style. I figured I'd rather accommodate my kids' needs since they're only little for such a short period of my life. And later on, I'll be able to be more flexible. Every year since my oldest was born, my brother-in-law and his wife have organized their kids' birthday parties to be on a weekend around lunchtime. The first year we were able to attend my nephew's party because my oldest was taking 2 naps a day, and the party fell into his midday wake window. Last year we weren't able to make it because it coincided with nap time, and they were very upset. My brother-in-law told my husband off, and even got their mother involved to try to make us change our minds. Eventually, everything blew over. Recently, my husband was talking to his brother about our nephew's upcoming 6th birthday, and asked if they were planning something, which my brother-in-law said yes, but they were running behind and getting organized. My husband was reminding him that we wouldn't be able to make it if the party was organized around midday. A few days later, we got the invitation for this weekend, and sure enough, the time was 11:30 a.m. I found this really weird because my husband had already told his brother that we wouldn't make it if it was at this time, and I figured because of this, they might have booked it for earlier in the morning or later in the afternoon, since they really seemed upset we couldn't make it last year. I spoke to my husband about it, and we agreed we wouldn't be able to go again this time. Everything was fine up until he let his brother know this a few days ago, and all hell broke loose. His brother gave him an earful and told him that he is the man of the house, so he should make me give in and take the kids, even though it clashes with their now. My husband suddenly turned on me and told me my strictness is ruining his relationship with his family, and I need to be more flexible. I told him I don't expect anyone to plan their time around me. They can do whatever they like, but if they arrange something for a time they know we won't be able to make it, surely they can't get upset. I feel like I've rambled on for long enough, so basically, am I the a-hole?
If you explicitly told them, look, it's not that we don't want to be there, but this is a time we will not be able to make it. And then you tell them, yeah, I can't make it. And they get mad, you already told them, no, you are not the a-hole.
Well, Reddit has deemed them the a-hole.
Ugh.
And comments so far are lighten up a bit, yada yada yada. In my opinion, you're not. Number one, it's your kids, not theirs.
Literally, raise them how you want to raise them. Screw
Like, the way you
everybody
raise your
else.
kids is your business, not theirs.
Literally.
And number two, it's a birthday party for a 6-year-old.
What you do in your house is your own things, and most 6-year-olds don't remember their own birthdays. Or their birthday parties, I should say.
The only thing I remember about my 6th birthday party was the fact that I broke a kid's face.
I don't even know. Are you in school by the time you're 6?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I should be in kindergarten or 1st grade.
So I probably did have a party. Do I remember any of it? Not at all. Why does it matter so much? And why is your husband all of a sudden turning his back when he was supposed to have your back? That's a red flag, in my opinion. But to each their own, you know? Like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You have that choice. It is your life. It is not anyone else's. Everyone else can suck an egg.
Mm-hmm. That, and to be honest with you, like, a 6-year-old birthday party is an excuse for all the adults to get together and drink.
Depending on the family dynamic, but yes.
Still, like, my birthday parties didn't even last. They lasted, like, probably a good 2-3 hours. And then everyone started getting tired because we had a bunch of sugar, and then we would crash, and then we would just be taken home. Except for me, because I was already at home. I would just go to my bedroom and go to sleep.
This is looking not great so far, but it's fine.
Like some parents, such as these, have strict nap times. That's fine, in my opinion, because I have hypoglycemia, right? So if I don't eat enough, I will begin to pass out. Either I'll say that where I have passed out a few times.
So bad, but that was a different reason.
And
Heat exertion.
and then I asked my dad about it, and he said that yes, he knew I had hypoglycemia because he has it. So did my grandpa. So did my grandpa's dad. So did all the males in our family tend to have hypoglycemia.
Y'all just got the short end of the stick.
We really did, but we're also very loyal and very
Health-wise, you got the short end of the stick.
yeah. Health-wise, we all got short end of the stick. But regardless, he knew it because every time that I would eat something or I wouldn't eat. So let's say, how did he explain it? He explained it. Well, okay, it's when I started school. That's when he found out. I would start school. I'd eat breakfast. I'd go to school. We'd have lunch. I'd come home, and immediately I would want to go to bed. And he was like, because it was weird for a kid my age to have the energy that I did to immediately want to go to bed when I got home. And this is well into my school year, so like come middle school, stuff like that, I always did that. And it was because lunch would be so early in the day that I would go 4 or 5, sometimes 6 hours, depending on how lunch was that day, without eating. And when the school mentioned it, because I would be falling asleep in class, I'd be falling asleep in PE, which was really odd, especially kids our age, we don't fall asleep in PE, it was fun. I would fall asleep and stuff like this. So he was like, okay, he has it. So he'd start packing snacks in my bag. And I didn't notice, but the school has a program that gives kids like a bag of food every Friday to take home. So they have something to eat. Turns out I qualified for it. I just thought I was getting a free bag of food. I was like, cool. Like, And I'd go home to where we were living at the time, which was, I think was an apartment. I'd go home, eat some snacks, put the rest in the pantry, and live on my life. Like, I didn't know it was any special programs besides the reading and writing program. Because of my ADHD and my ADD, I couldn't write correctly. I still can't. It's still chicken scratch. And I couldn't focus enough to read, so I was in that program for a long time in my elementary years.
I'm just dyslexic.
And now look at me, I read all the time. I mainly, when I write stories or when I write books, I mainly type them. But, hey,
Now.
yeah, now anyway. But yeah. So my dad, being a single father, raised us how he could. So I didn't really go to any birthday parties or sleepovers or anything like that.
I completely forgot what the story was relating to. Anyways.
But having like the husband side of the family be all like
Butthurt.
about it, it's like, dude, number one, it's a 6-year-old's party. Like, I get it, he's your son. Like, awesome, he's turning 6 years old. What, I don't get it. It's a 6-year-old's birthday party, cool beans, celebrate it how you want. I have kids of my own that have a strict bedtime / nap time routine because of, you know, the sleep stuff.
Because that's how they want to raise their
Because
kids.
that's how I want to raise my kids. So you can do whatever you want to do. You can have the party this time. I'm not telling you to accommodate for me. I'm just saying I won't make it because of how I'm raising my kids. Like, and if you want to get butthurt about it, be my guest. You can go.
Suck an egg.
Yeah, you can go frolic in a empty field of F's I give. That's what you can do. So I don't deem her the a-hole.
I don't think she is. She's doing what she wants to do. She's raising her kids how she wants to raise her kids. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Is you're doing what you want to do with your
just
kids.
Decided to load, so we're gonna read this one. Am I the a-hole for not letting grocery delivery into my friend's apartment building? Again, with all
Okay.
capital letters. Hi! So I'm on vacation in Las Vegas this weekend. Staying at a friend's
Viva
apartment.
Las
It's
Vegas.
located in a large complex of towers, and in the parking lot is guarded. The complex of towers and the parking lot is guard gated. In addition, 2 residents needing a key fob to open the lobby door. Jesus. My friend had to work today and left me alone at his apartment with his second key fob. He warned me against losing the key fob because management is strict about it and it's expensive to replace. Obviously. Around lunchtime, I ordered food delivery. When my delivery showed up, it was 5 minutes away, and went down to the lobby to wait for them / meet them at their car as soon as they pulled up. Since it is cold, I waited in the lobby while watching the delivery tracker on my phone. After a minute, I could see in the corner of my eye a woman arrive with grocery bags. She tried to open the lobby door, and when she couldn't, talk to a man on the intercom. The only word I clearly heard was delivery, but she couldn't gain access to the lobby. A minute later, a man, arrived with more bags and knocked, waved at me, requesting that I let him in. I would have taken the risk of letting them in if it was my own apartment, but I was anxious that I could get my friend in trouble with the apartment management on the off chance it was a hoax. For all I knew, this could be something the residents were explicitly warned about. I previously lived in a building that had a string of break-ins because of fake deliveries. They buzzed random apartment numbers until they were let in, so it didn't seem out of the realm of possibility. I told them through the door, sorry, I can't, I don't live here, I don't know the building rules, and repeated that apology a couple times when the man kept gesturing at me angrily and repeating something sarcastic like, of course you can't. I think implying I was racist. I'm a white woman, and the other woman was white, and the man was black. Of course, everything just, you're racist, whatever. I was in the process of asking another resident who just got off the elevator if it was okay to let them in when they were finally buzzed in by whoever was on the intercom. As they walked by, I once again apologized about not knowing the building rules, and the man yelled at me, couldn't understand the words, but his expression was still angry as they got on the elevator. Am I the a-hole for not helping them? I was worried it might have been an unconscious microaggression.
I
don't think so.
mean, I wouldn't want to see that person ever again in my life, but you did the right thing by not letting them in when you didn't live there and you didn't know the rules.
You don't know. I wouldn't do that either. Like, I'm not letting you in. I don't know you. Like, I'm only here on vacation, bro. I don't know you. Like, buzz whatever delivery you have to make, man. Let them have you. I ain't
Literally, if you're making a delivery to someone in the apartment, buzz
Then,
that apartment.
It's like, bro, I'm just here for food. I don't know you. I ain't letting you in. I ain't getting evicted for letting in a freaking robber. Bye. This one's gonna hit home. Am I the a-hole for refusing to drive to Germany due to bad weather?
Okay.
I, 20, was going to Germany with some of my friends 2019 and 17. For context, I live in the Netherlands. It was a 140-kilometer drive there. We wanted to buy cheap booze and get I've had my driver's license for about 6 months now and I have my own car. It's a crappy car though. One of my friends suddenly told me he couldn't go. This was a few weeks beforehand. He got a job and his first shift was on the day we were going to go. He wanted to switch shifts so he could go anyway, but a mutual friend of ours threw a party that night, so my friend refused to switch shifts. Otherwise, he couldn't get drunk/stoned at the party because he'd be hungover. I said a few days beforehand that if the weather stayed awful, we'd have to plan another day to go. The day arrives and the weather is crap. The roads are slippery and there's official warnings. I don't really like driving on highways, so I planned an easier route, but I doubt these roads are less slippery. I ended up discussing it with my friends, and the two of us didn't want to go. The other two were angry, including the one who wasn't going to go with us anyway. He wanted me to buy him cheap booze for the party they were attending. The other angry friend has a driver's license too and offered to drive instead, even on the highway, but my car is still crappy and the roads are still slippery. Angry friend with the driver's license and I had to take the day off from the club we volunteer at so we could all go to Germany. We specifically planned it so that all four of us could go. No one got angry when the job dude suddenly couldn't go, but now I have two people mad at me for wanting to plan another game with good weather. I'm the only one of my friends who owns a car. I saved up for the trip and was really excited to go, but it's unsafe and I'm not getting myself into an accident for some cheap vodka. I also offered to go later today, but the driver's license friend told me he isn't going anymore either.
Your car, your prerogative.
TLDR, 3 friends and I were going to drive 140 kilometers to Germany for cheap booze. One of them dropped out last minute because of a party. Weather is crap and the roads are slippery, so I wanted to plan another day to go. Not today. 2 friends are mad at me. Am I the a-hole for not deciding to go?
Bro, it's your car.
Your car, your prerogative.
That's like...
If it's not safe for you to drive, I'm personally from Michigan, so we drive in terrible weather. And we know how to, for the most part.
Yellow's just built different.
But with road warnings and everything.
Literally at work.
Like, no.
Literally at work the other day, we were sent home, like, people who live off base were sent home early because of the road conditions.
That's something I wouldn't have to worry about.
Like, bro. Like, and my car is
Still
a Kia
can't open
Forte. Granted, it's not a crappy lemon car, but still, if it got bad enough, I wasn't gonna drive. I can barely drive at night because I can't see because of all the lights in my face.
If both our cars were working at that point, if I had to go get y'all, I would. Because, you know me, I don't really care if it's snowing. It doesn't bother me. I just don't like going out in public, though, so.
It's like, bro, my car, my prerogative, bro.
Literally.
I'm not about to risk my life for cheap booze.
And the fact that, oh, I'll drive your car. No, you won't. Because if I don't want to drive my car because of the weather, and you want to drive my car just because it's not yours, so you don't have to worry about, oh, now I don't have a car because blah, 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 I was dumb and I decided to drive when I shouldn't have drove, especially if I'm new at driving. No.
Yeah, like, nah, bro.
If you had your own car, go for it. Don't take someone else's car when you're doing that.
And that's a H-E, that's a fucking hell no. Then you are not touching my car.
You keep trying to spell and you can't.
Hey, I'm just like...
So am I. Can't pull the dyslexic card when I'm also dyslexic.
Would I be the a-hole for selling my concert ticket because my mom didn't get me anything for my birthday?
Okay.
Hi everyone, I just need some quick advice real quick. I, 17 male, and my mom, 45 female, got into an argument around the time of my birthday, so she didn't give me anything for my birthday. I didn't say anything to her about it because I didn't want to sound like a brat. But it definitely upset me that she was doing it to get back at me. However, it's been a week, and both her and I have a concert coming up, and I bought tickets for. She gave me the money for her ticket, but I don't really want to go with her because I'm still upset over the whole birthday thing. I want to sell my ticket so I don't have to go. I won't sell her ticket because she paid for it, and I think that'd be too far. But I know she hates going to concerts alone, and she'd be upset over me not going. But I don't think I should have to. Why should I have to go to a concert with her after she said she won't be getting anything from me because of an argument? Clarification, I did eat the dinner, nothing went to waste. For context, the argument was because I didn't want dinner as I had just woken up, and she said I was treating her like a hotel service for not wanting to eat. We didn't speak to each other for a week after that. Also, I'm not really upset over her not getting presents. It's more her trying to punish me for the argument and using my birthday as a way to do that. Edit. Thanks for the advice, everyone. I'm gonna go apologize to her over the dinner thing and tell her that I love her. Nothing else has happened, and we're normally very close. She's stressed from work, and my insomnia has been really bad. So both of us are more emotional than normal. Nothing else has really been happening. I'm not going to sell the ticket. As one commenter pointed out, I do actually like the band and don't want to miss out on it. But just to address something, it's not as if I lay around all day expecting her to cook for me. I cook dinner most weeknights, and I also do my fair share of cleaning. I don't expect presents. I would have been more than happy to watch a movie at home with her or something. I just don't like her ignoring me and pushing me, and not ignoring me and punishing me for not wanting dinner.
Wild to hold a grudge for that long and not celebrate your child. I mean, guess they're not a child, but I don't know. Sounds like y'all worked it out, and honestly, there was no real need for you to go to Reddit, but to be fair, you probably would have sold the ticket, and you probably would have regretted it if you didn't. I don't know.
I mean, if you did.
Yeah, they did sell the ticket. I don't know. People are weird. People are very, very weird and are gonna do what they want to do. And to each their own. If you're threatening to sell a ticket just because of one little fight, that's on you.
Yeah, that's why the same thing with me. It's like, dude, it's a petty squabble. Okay, you're 17. If you want to go celebrate your birthday, go celebrate your birthday. Like,
I would love to go to a concert with my mom again. The 2 concerts I've been to have been with my mom. I've been to Miranda Lambert and Disturbed and 3 Days Grace. I went to both of them with my mom. I wouldn't trade that at all. My mom and I have had disagreements, arguments, and screaming matches,
a lot.
but that doesn't mean I would want to see them with anyone else.
Get your mom.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna do finishing touches and be right back. And I am back with a finished look. The lashes were not working with me, as you can tell. The inner corners didn't want to stay down no matter what I did. But you know what? Who cares? It's not like this is for anyone in specific. Just for fun. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. And you can see that beautiful shift on the liquid eyeshadow, I guess is what you would call it. Ooh, so pretty. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!